Hello, and welcome to my channel. This is Elise here of Plan with Elise, and today we are creating a custom spread for Zandria for the month of October. And excuse me, Zandria requested specific stickers from Live Love Posh Autumn Allure, and it is these purple and pink stickers, which are a lot of fun. I've used some of these already, but we have plenty to use in this spread. So I'm going to take this corner sticker first. And let's do a little cover up over here and then use this. I kind of want to use some kind of washi in this. I just have to decide which one. I sort of want to use a black and white stripe. I feel like that would look good with this. Let me see. Yeah, I think we're going to do a black and white stripe. So what I'm going to do here is put this down, and then we're going to bend it up for a second so I can get the edge here from the washi. It's just a little easier to put this right down versus trying, like, put it underneath the sticker. I feel like I struggle though when I'm going like right to left, because I want to make sure that I get this down somewhat straight. Straight as I'm capable of. Okay, just like that. That looks really good. Then let's actually just get this all the way to the end, right? Like, that's such a cool, I feel like it looks very Halloweenish. So we have that. And then one of the things that Zandria mentioned was that she wanted this sticker, It's October Witches. So we're going to find a good spot to put it in. I could put it right over here. I could also put it here, but I'm kind of thinking, I think we're going to put it here. I feel like this is a better spot for it. Right there. Okay, that looks good. Now let's move this to the side for a second and start with the left side. I do much better when I can go left to right. So we're now going to take this corner sticker and kind of set up the same system or layout or design that we set up here, but I am being mindful of the fact that I've now kind of eliminated some of my functional space. So let's grab my washi again. This right here, get that down, and then come over and trim this. All right, now let's see. I'm gonna pull out Alpha Basics Volume 4. I have a feeling I'm gonna want Alpha Basics Volume 3, not 4, because 3 has smaller letters and I tend to like it in this spread better. So, but I wanted to kind of test out 4 just in case in the moment it was what I wanted to use. Okay, I have 3. And what I like about this one is the letters, like I said, are a little bit smaller. So which ones do we want to use? I feel like, where did it go? One of these was speaking to me a little bit more than the others with this style set. I think it was this. So I'm going to start with spelling out focus. F-O. And this is where Zandria can write down her focus for the month. It's like a good way to kind of just start listing things out or brainstorming. Okay, now that we have focus down, we can continue. So I'm going to cover up, check it off, and note to self. I'm actually also going to cover up this line because I'm going to put the washi down there and you'll probably end up seeing the line through it. So covering it up will be a little bit better. And then we're going to do when you have the opportunity to kind of decorate more functional sections, I think they look cuter. 2, do D-O. Okay, I think that should be dry. What I am gonna do though is trim this washi because when it ends on the white, I feel like you don't see it as well once it's down. So we're gonna shift that right over here. And then my washi cutting card disappeared. It's always under something to do. Okay, that looks cute. I want to pause on this part and come back to the left. And we have purple and pink stickers here that match. So let's grab 2 purples and a pink. And these are going to fit pretty nicely. I don't think I really need to use washi here outside of them, because then it could like end up being a lot of washi. And I want to make sure that we're including a lot more of these like pretty florals. This is an outdated October, sorry. If you're using outdated monthly pages, which you may be using because Happy Planner now only sells this layout in the custom. So if you're using outdated ones, just make sure that you're matching the number of days to the number of days in the month that you're doing, because I've made that mistake before. So you just want to be mindful about that. And then these tiny bullet points are actually really good for this size here. So we're going to go through and alternate so that I can pull all from this page, and then we'll pull all from the pink page as well. The purple are dark enough that I don't need to cover up the bullet point that's underneath. We'll see about the pink because the pink is pretty light. Okay. Oh, it's looking so cute. Every time I do a spread in this layout, it makes me want to use this layout again because I really enjoyed it when I was using it. We'll see. I'm brainstorming my 2026 lineup. My guess is that I'll have my 2026 lineup finalized by like November, early November would be my guess, but we'll see. Okay, what's next? Let's see. Let's look at our stickers. So I want to include something over here. What if we did this down here? And then we're going to do a little bit of a smaller piece. So we're just going to trim this a little bit so it has a nice clean edge right here. And I need to choose a word over here. I feel like every time I sit down to do one of this layout, like a video in this layout, I kind of forget what word I tend to use. So I think I do something different every time. But focus to do, and I think it would be good, maybe I've done this one before, to do upcoming, because when we're looking at our goals and setting goals for the month, knowing what's coming up is really important. So I know that for me in October, what's coming up is not too much. We do have a little weekend trip, but other than that, well, there is another weekend that I'm going to be gone. So I tend to think of what's coming up as how many available days I have to get my goals done. So I think it's good to be mindful of that, because it would be very easy to just set goals imagining you have all the free time in the world, but most of us don't. And so it's important to be mindful of that. Upcoming. All right. That looks cute. And then Zandria can put items here. I think we may be finished with this side. I'm not entirely sure yet, but for now, we're finished. So over here, my choice becomes, do I use the same font to spell out goals, or do I do something bigger? Because these are small letters, and I really want the focus to be on goals. So I am going to pull back out Alpha Basics Volume 2. And I think we may spell out goals here. So let's try my best to center up here. L and S O and G. And then I'd like to add some color. So I'm gonna pull a lavender mild liner because this is gonna give a nice pretty color without being too dark. Okay. That looks pretty. Now we'll come back to Autumn Allure, and I'm going to pull out boxes. I like when there's boxes in a sticker book. I do find that oftentimes there's not enough of the boxes that I want to use, but I did kind of take a peek here, and I think that we'll be okay. So I'm just going to start to pull some out since these are on 2 different pages. And we're going to start here. Let's get the pink in. Let's do another purple, pink. Let's do pink here. And then I think one more pink, if I have it. Uh-oh. Oh no, I don't have that size. What if we do a big one? I could make it smaller, of course. I can always make it smaller, but I kind of think a big one might be good for like a larger goal or something that takes up more space to write. So what I want to do now is take this purple one and center it better so that there's equal spacing between these two. And now we're going to take some washi and go all the way across here. And now on the left side, I'm just going to cut this kind of around that S sticker. Just wraps a little bit more nicely. Whoops. Like that. Okay. I think that that looks cute. I think I want to put one more piece right here where that ripped before it wasn't super clean. So let's trim, just get a nice clean cut. And here we're going to do the same thing with the cutting. There. All right. I think that that looks really good. Next up, let's do priorities, but we're going to cover these up because we're going to, again, spell out priorities. Some of these little things are not necessary, of course, but they're fun ways to add decor into a really functional layout. So we're just going to use my white pen to cover that up. And in the meantime, I'm going to come back to my Alpha Basics, and we're going to put a word over here. So I'm going to do reflection, R-E-F-L-E-C-T-I-O-N, 10 letters. I could do S, so R-E-F-L-E, because I want to center this. C-T, I, O, back, O, N, S, need R-E-F-L, sometimes just going backwards. I almost said counting backwards. R-E. Reflections. Okay, reflections. Okay, here let's do, let me check something. Prioritities. 10. Priorities is going to be 10. This says reflections. That's 11, which means that I'm not going to have enough space for priorities. So I think we're going to take from the purple and take important. I think that that would work nicely here. And then let's come back to this. And this has a couple of numbers in it, more than a couple, but some numbers. And this is just going to kind of speak to the style of the other fonts that we're using here. 2 and 3. All right. Now, I did sometime, I have actually another mild liner over here. Look at my arm. Do you see my pajama sleeve? I'm wearing my pajamas right now. A lot of my videos I end up wearing my pajamas for. So I want to bring in a little bit of purple here, but I really can't draw a straight line. Every time I try, it looks sloppy. So we're just going to add a little bit of a line to the bottom here by using my washi card. But I want to make sure that it's like an even thickness. I'll do it here. So you just want to press the same like firmness for each one. This pen or this mild liner is pretty old, so it's really soft. Most like brand new mild liners are not going to be that soft, and you won't have to deal with it because it doesn't change based on how hard you push. It's just a matter of this being old and kind of worn out. So okay, now I think that it would be fun to just add in like one more little thing down here. I feel like this is a little bit too big, but I think we'll make it work. And then I wanted to use Spooky Vibes Only, like right here, just like that. Okay. And I think, this is not for this. Oops, oh my goodness. Too many things on my desk. I think we're finished. Oh my goodness, everything is sliding, sorry. Okay, I think that we're finished with this. I think the next thing I need to do is clean my desks off so things aren't sliding. I really like how this came out. I feel like it's very pretty, but also kind of has that spooky vibe. And I hope that Sandria loves it. If you are interested in a goals layout, you can get it from Happy Planner in the custom version. I'll put a link to it in the description of the video. This sticker book is sold out, I believe, so you can purchase that, but hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead, click that subscribe button. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time.